Good morning, and welcome to First Unitarian Universalist Church of Nashville's online worship. My name is Jay Tiefenbrunn. My pronouns are she, her, and it is my pleasure to welcome you this morning as your Director of Music Ministries. If you're watching live, buttons will appear that will bring you to our website. And if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, you can visit firstuunash.org and click on the With You Worship portal button to be guided to all the information that you need to participate in today's service, including the order of service, our Joys and Concerns form, and ways to donate to the work of this church. I'd like to invite you to take a moment and say hello in the chat if you're worshiping live with us. This is how we stay connected in our minds. And I invite you now to take a breath, to center into your heart space, and expand your awareness out to our neighbors, friends, and visitors worshiping online with us throughout the week. This is how we stay connected in our hearts. Our opening song is Gather the Spirit by Jim Scott. I hope that you will join in the singing.
Gather the Spirit, harvest the power, our separate fires will kindle one flame, witness the mystery of this hour, our trials in this light appear all the same. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the Spirit of heart and mind, seeds for the sowing are laid in store, nurtured in love and conscience refined, with body and spirit united once more. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again. Gather the Spirit growing in all, drawn by the moon and fed by the sun, winter to spring and summer to fall, the chorus of life resounding as one. Gather in peace, gather in thanks, gather in sympathy now and then, gather in hope, compassion and strength, gather to celebrate once again.
Good morning. I'm Gail Spar, and I'm a worship associate. Our chalice lighting this morning was written by David Breeden. In this time of loss, in this time of asking why, we light a flame of sharing, we light a flame of commitment. In this time of why, we light this flame, sign of our searching, sign of our sharing, sign that together we remember. Together we ask why. Together in sadness and joy we share light. Together we celebrate what we are together.
Good morning. I am the Reverend Diane Dowgiert, Developmental Lead Minister here at the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Nashville. My pronouns are she, her. The words for our call to worship this morning were written by Lynn Cox. Welcome, you who approach this time as a journey toward the horizon, the beginning of the next chapter, seeking all of the insights and opportunities a new day offers. Welcome, you who live out your values with passion, you who have a drive for transforming the world toward gratitude and healing, who are ignited by purpose. Welcome, you who ride the waves of life with serenity, you who show courage in facing the depths of true emotion, who create and change and flow with time. Welcome, you who are here to seek the center, who wish to be grounded in community, you who call our attention to the present moment. Welcome all from every direction with all of your gifts and your limits, with all that the past week and the past year have given you. We find ourselves here on the threshold of a new day, some would say a new year, at a time when the past and present are stirred together in the cauldron of what we shall become. Today we remember our beloved dead. Today we give thanks to the people and forces that helped us to reach this moment. Today we gather with the saints and sinners and souls who have been, are being, and will be this congregation as we open up a new path to the future. It is in this spirit that we gather. Come, let us worship. welcome you into a time for all ages. So if you have little ones at home with you as you're watching, you might want to gather them around. Children, youth, or maybe there's some inner children that need some time and attention. This is a time for all ages, so all are welcome. I have with me today my Wonder Box. For Unitarian Universalists, wonder is a source of religious truth and wisdom, because it's through our sense of wonder and curiosity that we learn about ourselves, each other, and our world. So I wonder what's in the box today. It's filled with an ordinary object. There's 5 of them, and they're all exactly the same. It's 5 candles. So I wonder what a common, ordinary candle has to teach us about our lives. The first thing that comes to mind for me when I see a candle is a birthday candle. You know, when we get our birthday cake and we fill it with candles, one representing each year that we have been alive. It's a celebration of our birth, of the fact that we are alive for another year. It recognizes our own individual inherent worth and dignity, and that we are being given the opportunity to grow older and perhaps a little wiser. So this first candle is for birthdays. And here's another candle. And what this one reminds me of is another birthday. I'm thinking of Christmas Eve, when all around the world people gather in sanctuaries, sing Silent Night, and pass light one candle to another. For Christians, it's an important celebration of the birth of Jesus. For Unitarian Universalists, it represents the warmth of community that we make together. It represents how when we share our light with each other, our light is made brighter. So this candle is, I'm going to let this one represent Christmas. And here's yet another candle. And I'm thinking of how people the world over and religions of all different kinds recognize and celebrate light as a powerful symbol. Hindus celebrate the festival of Diwali, which is a celebration of light. And yet another candle. And looking ahead, as we have been into the winter season of holidays, this one is reminding me of Hanukkah, which is still yet to come this year, and the menorah, the 9-armed menorah, that for the Jewish people symbolizes the power of their faith and represents the miracle of light. And finally, I have one last candle, but it's certainly not the last way that we can understand what candles mean and their importance to us. But today, this candle for me symbolizes what we are celebrating today, which is All Souls. We are celebrating and remembering all those who have gone on before us but are no longer with us, those who have died. It's a day when we take time to honor and treasure their memory, because we know that because of who they were, we are who we are today. So this is a candle for all souls. We know that all of our lives, we are exploring the great mysteries of being born, the celebration of our birth, and knowing that someday we will die. And so it is between those two mysteries that we have and celebrate the life that we have been given. You can see that we have created an altar here before us with some other candles. And a little later in the service, we'll be using this altar to honor and recognize those in this congregation who have died in the past year, and honor and recognize the loved ones in your life that you may be missing, those who have gone on before us in death, that are part of a great cloud of witness, all the souls that went before, shaping who we are today. And so ends our time for all ages.
Good morning. My name is Denise Gouch. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your Assistant Minister for Congregational Engagement. It is my pleasure to welcome you to worship. As Unitarian Universalists, our spiritual paths vary, but in this congregation, we have made a covenant together. We affirm our interdependence, celebrate our differences, and work for justice. We are a welcoming congregation, and we deepen our relationships as we serve our congregation's mission to create community, nurture spiritual growth, and act on our values in the broader world, guided by reason and compassion. I'd like to extend a special welcome to visitors worshiping with us this morning. If you are seeking a spiritual home, we hope you may find it here. All are welcome to attend our services, and people become members of our congregation by signing the membership book and supporting the church with their time and finances. If you are considering joining the church or would just like to know more about us, please do be in touch with me. You can find my email address in the staff directory under Contact Us on our website, and I would love to hear from you. Following the service, we hope everyone will enjoy at least one of the online opportunities for fellowship listed in our online worship portal, and our website holds many other announcements, which I hope you will read. I have been asked to emphasize these. The Reverend Diane Dowgiert and the Reverend Sarah Green will host a post-election Zoom session on Sunday, November 8th, immediately following the 9 a.m. WebinarJam service. If you're watching that service live, you'll simply accept the redirect button at the end of the service to automatically join that Zoom. Otherwise, you can find the link and phone-in information on our website. Also, on Sunday, November 8th at 10:30 a.m., you are invited to a community conversation about the 8th principle. Our beloved Community Committee, Social Justice Committee, and Committee for the Larger Faith are requesting that the congregation adopt the 8th principle at our January mid-year meeting. Never heard of the 8th principle? Heard of it but want to learn more? Email socialjustice@thefuun, THEFUUN.org for information, or better yet, see our website or weekly email for the link to join next Sunday's conversation on Zoom. And finally, please don't forget to join us for our annual Palmer Lecture on Human Rights, featuring CEO and founder of Gideon's Army, Rashidat Fatuga. The lecture will be on WebinarJam and followed by a Q&A session in Zoom on Saturday, November 7th, starting at 7 p.m. See our website for all the details. You may know that we share every Sunday's collection with an organization whose work outside our walls aligns with our values. For the month of November, our Share the Plate partner is The Store, an organization providing direct services and building collaborations to alleviate hunger in Davidson County. Today, we have a video from the store's executive director, Courtney Vrablick.
Good morning. I'm Courtney Vrablick. I'm the executive director here at the store. I'd like to give you a little tour of what it is that we're doing down here. We are within the Edge Hill community near Belmont University. And in front of you, you will see cars for all of our volunteers that come down twice a week. Wednesday and Thursday, we run deliveries to elderly households. Those are individuals who are 65 and older and do not have any other means of obtaining food. We want to make sure that our elderly neighbors are able to shelter in place safely and have limited contact because we want to limit their exposure for COVID. This is a new program that we have started just for the pandemic. And then I'm going to take you inside. Inside the store, we were originally set up as a small grocery store. The families would come and grab a cart and shop for the food that they know that their families would like. We also stock a certain amount of pet foods and toiletries, basic needs, and everything is free. Currently, however, because of COVID, we are utilizing a paid staff inside instead of volunteers. And we do a curbside program Thursday, Friday, and Saturday where our families can come and we load up their car with a week's worth of groceries based on household size. All of those families will receive fresh dairy, fresh fruits and vegetables, and then they also can let us know if they need pet food, toiletries, diapers and wipes. This is our intake facility with our program coordinator, Jasmine Ledsinger, and she is working with various partnering agencies to make sure that we are helping as many families as we possibly can, and then trying to include them in wraparound services through the Belmont Ministry Center and the shared state grant that we have, trying to break cycles of poverty. So this is just a little tour of what it is that we are doing. We had hoped initially when we started in March to be able to help about 100 families. We are currently at 5.5 times that number. So we are grateful for your support.
Thank you, Courtney. At the moment, we don't have the pleasure of passing physical offering bowls among us, but our finance folks have made sure that anyone, anytime can access our online donation form at firstuunash.org. If you would like to mail a check to the church, please write in the memo line how you would like your donation to be used. If you want your gift to be credited to your pledge, please write pledge. If you write Sunday offering, it will be donated to our Share the Plate partner. In this season of virtual offering bowls, we are especially grateful for the steady generosity which allows us, both within and outside the congregation, to continue creating community, nurturing spiritual growth, and acting on our values. We are also deeply, deeply grateful for your presence with us. And I invite you now to join in our weekly ritual of gathered community. Following the upcoming musical interlude, I will share the joys and concerns submitted through the online form, provided permission is given on that form. All joys and concerns will be shared as usual with our lay ministry team. So I invite you now to settle comfortably into the space that you're inhabiting right now. Take some deep breaths. And feel once again that you are connected to everyone worshiping with us across time and space. And as you settle, you may become aware of joys or sorrows, concerns that are heavy on your heart right now, that you have brought to this time together. And if you feel that you would like to share those with the congregation, you are invited to use the Joys and Concerns form to send those, and I will share them with the congregation. Now, let us listen. We've heard from several people. Lisa Anderson writes this: both joy and concern for a friend who is returning to work in childcare after recovering from knee replacement. We will hope for speedy healing and safety and continued health. Rachel Rose sends this: I have been a UU supporter and member since I was 18. Today, I decided to show my boyfriend this service. He already feels that he may just have found a worship home. So happy to have given him this community. And we're so happy that you both have found this to be a welcoming space. Ann Morris writes, a stranger came up to me as I was packing my food in my cart and handed me 20 yellow roses and wished me a lovely day. I don't know how she knew I needed it, but I did and thanked her. Pass it forward. We will look for a chance to do that, Anne. Thank you. Maria Cottingham says, I am grateful for a beautiful Samhain. Indeed, it was a lovely, lovely day. Paula and Ron Turner say, we're glad to be back in Nashville and to see everybody's smiling faces, even at a distance. We're glad to know you're back in town. Jonah Eller Isaacs, sharing a joy of gratitude to all the adults and youth who lent their time and support to yesterday's Halloween car parade. Grateful for all the ways our Children's Religious Education Committee and program volunteers contribute to our congregation. We share you in that gratitude, Jonah. Thank you. All right. Holding these joys and celebrations, as well as the concerns and the sorrows that I know lie still unspoken in many of our hearts. Let us join together in a spirit of prayer. Spirit of life and love, we are grateful for this community in which we connect with each other, provide comfort in times of sorrow and fear and anxiety, and nurture courage so that we may move into the world around us to bring love and justice to all we meet. We are facing a week that we've been moving toward for a long time. Many of us are anxious about what will happen. Many of us are working very hard to do everything we can to move the world toward greater justice, greater well-being, more community, and shared love among all. Whatever happens this week, whatever happens this month, this year, in the future, may we take this time together and use it to strengthen ourselves, to find the resources to remember who we are, what we value, the commitments on which we choose individually and collectively to act, to be who we are in the world, and to remember the love which holds us always, the love that flows through us and through all that is. Blessed be. Amen. May it be so.
The wheel of the year has turned us once again fully into the season of autumn, a time when days grow short and nights grow long, a time when trees relinquish their leaves, allowing them to fall to the earth as a blanket that nourishes life yet to come. Throughout the ages, people have believed that at this time of year, the veil between the worlds, the world of the living and the world of the dead, is thin. And so we can commune with those who have gone before. And so it is that on this All Souls Day, we come to honor and remember those who have gone before us, preceded us in death. We come especially to honor and remember those who made this place, this congregation, their spiritual home. They dwelled among you, some for many years, some for shorter time. But we come to honor and recognize the gifts that they brought here. We honor and we recognize their time, their resources, their care, their commitment. We honor and recognize their courage and their vision and their hope. Most of all, we recognize their love. For it is upon all of these that the congregation that we enjoy today is built. We come also to honor and remember the people in our own lives, those who have gone on before, that we remember especially today. Remember the ways that they touched our lives and the ways that they made us who we are today. Today is a day of memory and hope. Memory of what was and hope for yet what will be. So we light candles of memory, and we'll begin by remembering those that once dwelled among you who have died in the previous year by lighting a candle and naming them by name. And it is from the sacred fire of the flaming chalice that we will kindle these candles. One for Joan Smart. Sarah Beth Alexander. Tom Haygood. Joan Moore. Phyllis Hiller. May the light that they brought to this place continue to burn deep in our hearts, that we may carry that forward into new life. We light a candle also for all among us who are remembering a parent, a mother, a father, or a grandparent, grandmother, grandfather, or maybe an aunt or an uncle. Those elders, those wise elders who held us and loved us, imperfect as they were, we remember them. And we light a candle also for any today who are remembering a beloved child or grandchild, a son, a daughter, a grandson, a granddaughter, maybe a niece or a nephew, remembering those who died out of time, too young, too soon. We hold them closely and tenderly in our memory and in our hearts. And we light a candle also for those among us today who are remembering a sibling, maybe a brother, a sister, maybe a friend who filled those same roles, who had that same closeness, that close relationship. These two, these close companions in life who are now gone, we honor their memory and do our best to live their legacy in a way that would make them proud. We light a candle also for any who are remembering a spouse, a husband, a wife, a partner, gone on before. Those who are now living with that empty spot that can never be filled except with our memories. And again, the ways that we strive to live our lives in ways that honor them and would make them proud. And the last candle that I light today is for all those who have lost an animal companion, those furry friends who love us unconditionally, who are there for comfort and support, who allow us to care for them and make them part of our lives. The Hebrew scriptures say, I place before you life and death, blessings and curses. Choose life so that you and your descendants may live. May all of those who have gone before be a blessing. May their memory be a blessing. May what they dreamed be ours to do, that we may in turn be a blessing unto life. Amen, and blessed be.
Because of you, we are forever changed. You are in our hearts and in our dreams and in the stories we will tell. Because of you, we are forever changed. You are in our hearts and in our dreams and in the stories we will has no meaning. What was said and said decades, all the same. Why must you go? We don't know. Why must you go? We don't know. Why must you go? We really need an answer if we never know the reason for your leaving. We find comfort, peace, and solace in our grieving because of you. What once was empty space now is love. Because of you, we are forever changed. You are in our songs and in our beings and in our joy and in our pain and in our minds and in our souls and in our smiles and in our tears and in our hearts and in our dreams and in the stories we will tell.
A great many of our Unitarian Universalist congregations are named All Souls. It's a theological statement that humankind cannot be divided into the saved and the damned. Our Unitarian and Universalist ancestors on American soil rejected this strict Calvinism and held instead that we are all children of God and redeemable to God. Today we would say that we are all children of the universe, all made of stardust, and all worthy of love. More than a theological statement, it is the grounding for our social justice work. Today, we don't speak so much of the saved and the damned. The divisions today are instead based on ethnicity, gender, skin color, economic class, religion, and political party. Divisions that are especially apparent this election season. The feminist writer Bell Hooks once said, "One of the most vital ways we sustain ourselves is by building communities of resistance, places where we are not alone." To be part of a congregation like this one, is to be part of a living stream of resistance, part of a living history, reaching back in time and holding out a vision for the future. A community that includes all who came before, all who are present now, and all those yet to come. To be a community through all the seasons of life is to be witness to the sacred passages of birth, life, and death. To be held through it all in the bonds of mutual care and love is a gift beyond measure. That when we come to the end of our days, there will be those who shared the cup of community with us. Its liquid brew, sometimes bitter and sometimes sweet, but always shared in the spirit of covenant. that those companions on the quest for truth and meaning will gather to remember the wholeness of who we were, the good, the bad, and the beautiful. This too is a gift. That we have companions here in this congregation to journey through this challenging time with us is due to all the souls who came before. It is ours now. The work is ours now to carry forward their vision of an earth made fair and all her people one. All souls. May it be so. May we make it so. Amen, and blessed be.
Our closing song today is by Dr. Yzé Barnwell. I hope that you'll join in singing number 1001, Breaths.
Listen more often to things than to beings. Listen more often to things than to beings. 'Tis the ancestors' breath when the fire's voice is heard. 'Tis the ancestors' breath in the voice of the waters. Ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh. Those who have died have never, never left. The dead are not under the earth. They are in the rustling trees. They are in the groaning woods. They are in the crying grass. They are in the moaning rocks. The dead are not under the earth. So listen more often to things than to beings. Listen more often to things than to beings. 'Tis the ancestors' breath when the fire's voice is heard. 'Tis the ancestors' breath in the voice of the waters. Ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh. Those who have died have never, never left. The dead have a pact with the living. They are in the woman's breast. They are in the wailing child. They are with us in our homes. They are with us in the crowd. The dead have a pact with the living. So listen more often to things than to beings. Listen more often to things than to beings. 'Tis the ancestors' breath when the fire's voice is heard. 'Tis the ancestors' breath in the voice of the waters. Ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh, ah, whoosh.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again.
The words for the benediction were written by Darcy Roque. There is too much hardship in this world to not find joy every day. There is too much injustice in this world to not right the balance every day. There is too much pain in this world to not heal every day. Each of us ministers to a weary world. Let us go forth now and do that which calls us to make this world more loving, more compassionate, and more filled with the grace of divine presence every day. Go in peace, go in love. This service has ended. May our service continue renewed.